Welcome to Pretty Lies and Alibis. Let's seek the truth and travel the long road to justice together.
What you know, Alibis. Welcome to another episode of Pretty Lies and Alibis. I'm Gigi. It is Tuesday, December 10th. I wanted to do an update episode today on things we've learned overnight about Luigi Mangione. He is the suspect in the murder of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Starting to hear from family and friends who knew Luigi before the murder. So let's jump into what we know. Yesterday, there was some back and forth about who recognized Luigi in that McDonald's. It actually was a customer that recognized him. This customer was with a group of friends. One of those men in the group alerted the McDonald's employee, who then called police. After I put out the episode last night, Luigi was charged out of New York with 1 count of murder, 2 counts of second-degree criminal possession of a weapon, 1 count of second-degree possession of a forged document, and 1 count of third-degree criminal possession of a firearm. After his court hearing in Pennsylvania last night, he was sent to SCI Huntington. That is a state correctional facility and not the jail. Doesn't happen very often. We did see it with Richard Allen in the Delphi case. I think the reason is probably due to the high-profile nature of the case, and the correctional facility probably has more means to monitor him and keep him safer. I would venture a guess he's probably on self-harm watch. The facility is about 32 miles east of Altoona. At his court hearing last night in Pennsylvania, the judge read the full complaint to Luigi, and Luigi said it was the first time he had heard it. In their argument as to why he should be held without bail, prosecutors said Luigi had about $10,000 in cash on his person, as well as a Faraday bag, which blocks cell phone signals, and the prosecutor said this is proof he was a sophisticated criminal. Luigi did speak up at that hearing and said, "I would like to correct 2 things. I don't know where any of that money came from. I'm not sure if it was planted. And also, that bag was waterproof, so I don't know about criminal sophistication." He did not enter a plea, and he was denied bond. What is a Faraday bag? Well, we hear about that a lot in criminal investigations. When they find an electronic that they want to get a search warrant for, they put those in these Faraday bags, which blocks any incoming signals to that phone, so that the phone remains as is when it was found. That's what they're saying he had on his person when he was arrested. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch told Good Morning America today they have a lot of evidence in the case. "We had collected early in the investigation some forensic evidence, some DNA evidence, fingerprints, so we were very confident that we were ultimately going to get the right person." Luigi's family has issued a statement, and it says, "Unfortunately, we cannot comment on news regarding Luigi Mangione. We only know what we have read in the media. Our family is shocked and devastated by Luigi's arrest. We offer our prayers to the family of Brian Thompson, and we ask people to pray for all involved. We are devastated by this news." According to friends, a few months ago, Luigi just fell off the grid. That prompted his family to report him missing on November 18th. If you look on his Twitter, I'm putting a photo of this on YouTube now. There was 3 photos on his banner picture. The middle one was an x-ray that showed a lumbar spinal fusion, which is a very painful surgery. It's come out. He had a devastating back injury. A former classmate of Luigi said the back injury happened when he was surfing in Hawaii and the surgery didn't go great. For a while, Luigi moved to Japan and his contact with family stopped about a year ago. Recently, the family reached out to his friends from high school asking if they had any information on Luigi. Yesterday, when I was looking at some of his social media profiles, I did notice there were messages to him like, "Know you're missed and loved." On X, a message to Luigi said, "You made commitments to me for my wedding, and if you can't honor them, I need to know so I can plan accordingly." So clearly, just publicly, we see people that knew him reaching out, concerned, telling them they were thinking of him and they loved him. And a lot of his friends have started talking to media. While living in Hawaii, he stayed at a co-living space called Surf Break. The original concept for the place was long-term housing for graduate students, but it essentially became an adult dorm. It's an all-inclusive living experience, and Luigi's job at the time he moved there was in tech, and it was a remote job, so he was able to work and live there. R.J. Martin, the man who founded the living space, gave some insight into how Luigi acted at his time on the island. He told the AP, "I love this guy. In some ways, I feel like my members are my kids. Luigi was just widely considered to be a great guy. There were no complaints. There was no sign that might point to these alleged crimes they're saying he committed." He did say that Luigi's back pain was getting in the way of his everyday life. He said that Luigi had an apparent pinched nerve in his back and it had bothered him for years. Luigi was hoping to get stronger while in Hawaii. He went surfing with Martin once, but it didn't work out because of his back. He said after one surfing session, Luigi was bedridden for a week due to pain. They ended up and had to get a different mattress for him, one that was more firm. He said Luigi did bounce back from that. He said they would go rock climbing and do yoga, and Luigi knew he would need surgery eventually. Martin said that was weighing on him. Luigi did eventually leave Hawaii and come back to the mainland for surgery. Martin told the New York Times that Luigi's spine was misaligned. He said his lower vertebrae were almost a half-inch off and it pinched a nerve. Sometimes he would do well, other times not. He was sometimes in debilitating pain. And it also affected his dating life. And Martin said he knew that dating and being physically intimate with his back condition wasn't possible. I remember him telling me that, and my heart just breaks. Martin also talked to 11 Alive and said Luigi did do his best to be athletic. He said Luigi was a leader, and he spearheaded a book club they started there in Hawaii. The two of them would talk about social issues like capitalism, the healthcare system, the housing and food systems, but he said it wasn't like Luigi had an axe to grind, nor did he seem angry or upset about any of those issues. They also never once talked about guns or violence. Once Luigi left Hawaii, he did keep in touch through text messages, and earlier this year checked in with him, and Luigi confirmed he had the surgery and sent a photo of those x-rays to Martin. Luigi tried calling Martin once, and Martin didn't pick up. He said he wishes he had made more of an effort to communicate with Luigi after he left Hawaii. Over the summer, his friends in Hawaii stopped hearing from him. According to his social media and books he was reading, it seems he may have tried psychedelics to help with his back pain. Another friend said that Luigi liked to play video games, and he was a member of a Discord group that was made up of University of Pennsylvania students who all played the game called Among Us. The point of the game is to figure out who is the killer in your group. Wikipedia describes the game as each player takes on one of two roles. Most are crewmates, but a small number are imposters. Crewmates work to complete assigned tasks in the game while identifying and voting out suspected imposters who appear identical to crewmates. They use social deduction, while imposters have the objective of killing the crewmates. The friend that played the game with Luigi told the Daily Beast, "I just found it extremely ironic that, we were in this game and there could actually be a true killer among us. As soon as his photo and name popped up on X, my friend texted me asking if I knew him. And then either I was calling some 10 friends or they were calling me. I didn't speak to anybody today who wasn't already aware of what had happened. He just fit a mold. He seemed like any other normal frat dude that you could see at a frat party. I feel like people are unsure how to label him. I personally am struggling to understand how all this fits." That Discord group became inactive after everybody graduated, and he said their senior year was affected by COVID-19 and people just getting jobs and traveling. His Goodreads account that I found yesterday also showed he had done some reading on psychedelics and chronic pain between May of 2022 and February of 2023. Some of the books he put on his Goodreads virtual bookshelf include Becoming a Supple Leopard, The Ultimate Guide to Resolving Back Pain, Preventing Injury and Optimizing Athletic Performance. Back in Control, a spine surgeon's roadmap out of chronic pain. Healing back pain, the mind-body connection. Why we get sick, the hidden epidemic at the root of most chronic disease and how to fight it. And Crooked, outwitting the back pain industry and getting on the road to recovery. Some of the manifesto, which was 3 pages, by the way, has leaked out. A few of the things we've heard this manifesto contains is to save you a lengthy investigation. I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. These parasites had it coming. I do apologize for any strife and trauma, but it had to be done. The NYPD chief of detectives, Joe Kinney, said Luigi expressed disdain for corporate America and indicated he's frustrated with the healthcare system in the United States. Specifically, he states, how are we the #1 most expensive healthcare system in the world, yet the life expectancy of an American is ranked 42nd in the world? Law enforcement sources told ABC News the handwriting was sloppy, and he did specifically mention UnitedHealthcare in the manifesto. It's unclear whether or not that was his insurance carrier at the moment. He also expressed anti-capitalist views online. In 2019, he reposted a Wall Street Journal article that was titled "Obstacle to Deficit Cutting, a Nation on Entitlements." That's what I've learned this morning since I got up. A lot coming out seemingly by the minute about Luigi. I'll keep an eye on all this and update you guys as this progresses. In the meantime, hope you guys have a great rest of your afternoon. We will see you soon.